Whenever we get an update on this Diddy situation, things are just getting progressively worse for Diddy. It started off as Diddy engaging in consensual and non-consensual acts with adults. But the direction that this entire case is spiraling into is making me very concerned. Because if any of these updates is true, Diddy is looking at maybe going from doing 15 to 20 years in prison to possibly never coming home. Probably the most meme-worthy thing about this entire Diddy situation is the feds announcing that they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil at Diddy residence. But in fact, they didn't say they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. They said they found alleged bottles of baby oil. Obviously, when there's an ongoing investigation, everything probably has to be labeled as allegedly. But here's why the alleged and not the definitive 1,000 bottles of baby oil is important. Diddy's longtime security guard, Gene Deal, is now coming out and saying, yo, I don't think that's just baby oil. I don't think the feds is overly concerned about Diddy having 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I think there's something deeper than that. It's not just baby oil that was in those containers. Gene Deal believes that Diddy had this killer drug.
My whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
GHB has been brought up a couple different times with various people in this Diddy situation. So what is it? Is it depressant? It slows down the messages traveling between the brain and the body. So with GHB, imagine something that can essentially paralyze you. So taken in micro doses, it can help you sleep, is used for people who are having a tough time sleeping. But if used in an excessive amount, it can essentially paralyze you. You can be laying there conscious, but without the ability to move. Now, somebody needing that in barroom activities, man, would probably scream towards the non-consensual activities that took place. Now, it's odorless, is bitter or salty liquid, is often sold in small bottles or vials. Now, what's the purposes of this, all right? So, effects of GHB. Now, first off, let's just stop right here, bro. It's usually swallowed, but sometimes it's inserted anally. Yo, Diddy, yo, you a freaky dude if this is true, man. So the effects of GHB. So it depends, varies on, like the amount taken, the size of the person, et cetera, right? But here are the following effects that may begin 15 to 20 minutes after taking it. Feelings of euphoria, increased sex drive, lowered inhibitions, drowsiness, tremors, nauseous, diarrhea. Now, imagine somebody, you take it, you have an increased sex drive, but it's excessive, so you are essentially still. You can't move, but you have an increased sex drive and sense of euphoria. So essentially, Diddy could be using this as something to sort of incapacitate somebody who don't want to engage in sexual activities, and also, drug women and make them want to have it more. Now, the reason why this is important is, obviously, right? Like, you could probably tell the difference between GHB and baby oil in its pure state. But GHB is odorless and colorless in some states. So it would be almost undetectable if Diddy took GHB, pour it in a baby oil, stir it around. And now the girl's thinking, yo, he's just rubbing it on my booty, rubbing it on my body. The whole time, bro, he's drugging you. Right? So that's why that's odd. But another update that made me sort of like took a step back from all of this and sort of made this case a little less meme-less, right? Where at first you hear about the freak-offs, the Diddy parties, the baby oil is meme-worthy. But it stopped being a joking matter once you have the civil suits coming out and saying, yo, kids were involved in this Diddy situation.
In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. Majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. And I want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
That was the first time we've heard somebody accuse Diddy of being involved with minors. See, the federal indictment, it includes Diddy pimping out women, pimping out men, hitting women, hitting men, doing some violent acts, but none of them were minors. But the civil suit, the lawyer who is representing over 200 people are claiming that 25 of them were abused by Diddy when they were under the age of 18 years old, some being as early as 9 years old. Now, that was the first time we heard this, but a lot of people took this with a grain of salt because we haven't heard from any of the victims yet. And it's a civil suit, bro. This could be just a money grab. And Twitter was saying, bro, I don't believe that Diddy was out here touching kids, bro. Y'all taking this a little bit too far, homie. It started off with Diddy is out here beating up women, pimping women, bro. He's a bad human being, he's deplorable. But now y'all saying, bro, that bro out here, nah, hell nah. Yo, bro, we need more proof than this. We need more proof than a lawyer coming and doing a fancy press conference, bro, for us to believe that Diddy was out here doing these things to children. But it looks like things ain't looking good for Diddy in those regards either. Because a woman have came forward, put her face to it. She's not suing Diddy. She's not, trying to get a check from Diddy. She's just giving her firsthand account of actually being at one of these parties. She says that when she was at one of Diddy's parties, some terrible things happened that may confirm that Diddy was probably dealing with children as well. So the person in question is a lady by the name of Tania. Now, Tania was a West Coast artist. She was a singer. She did huge work with YG. She was in a group of YG at some point. A decade ago, she had a thriving music career with YG on the West Coast, but she fell on hard times, and the next time people heard from her, she was on Soft White Underbelly confessing to be a sex worker. Tania would actually credit the one day she met Diddy for destroying and ruining her passion and motivation to keep pursuing music. Now, Tania fell on hard times, and she was doing Soft White Underbelly, telling her stories of how she fell off. And as of recently, she was even dating Crip Mac before Crip Mac went to prison. So she was out here doing her thing. Now, Tania went back on Soft White Underbelly, and she told the story of exactly how she attended a Diddy party and what she saw there.
But that party traumatized me.
How did you get invited to it?
By being with a prince that I met in LA. He lived in Glendale, California. And, long story short, I got out of this crazy little contract and I was looking for somebody to invest in me. And I knew somebody who knew somebody that was like, I want to introduce you to a prince. He know a lot of celebrities, producers and stuff. So I never put two and two together that this prince knew P. Diddy as the producer. When you say
a prince of what?
He was Arabian Prince.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
I know a lot of people automatically thinking Arabian Prince, man, get out of here, bro. Capping. But no, it's not that uncommon in LA. Yo, I know some people, like actual gang members who are friends or have investors in like sons of Chinese billionaires, bro. Where you're in LA, like the proximity is just there, bro. You feel me? And like once you get into LA, bro, let's say as a prince or as like the son of a Chinese billionaire, bro, you just start rolling in circles, bro, and getting involved, man, and getting closer to the streets. That, yeah, bro, like you're gonna be in proximity. So I know people think automatically, bro, Arabian Prince, get out of here, bro. And also, too, what gives, I guess, some level of credibility to her is when she went ahead and told this story 2 years ago. She told this story 2 years ago about Diddy and this Arabian Prince. But when she told the story, she was very vague. She didn't go too deep into details. And 2 years ago, nobody believed her. And now 2 years later, it looks like she's probably telling the truth and Diddy was involved.
But I got myself into a situation where I was about to get sex trafficked. And this was like 3 years ago. And I was just like, it was a close one. You know, I came up on this Prince. He was trying to like distract us with buying this stuff. We was going shopping and doing all these things. And for some reason, I felt like I'm used to getting, but like this right here, where am I about to be tomorrow? And why are we still here? So then he says, well, we're going to go to Cuba. So the girls start talking in the house and they're like, girl, I got to get back home. And he said that I can't leave. And I'm like, well, what is he going to do with us? Then, you know, we had went to some celebrity's house and we ended up at P. Diddy's house. And I just started hearing conversations and I just got sex trafficking from it. Because, you know, I heard the Prince saying something like, oh, you can have whoever you want. Like he was like selling us, you know? So I'm like, is this sex trafficking? Like, what the?
The reason she was spooked out was at that particular time, she wasn't into that lifestyle yet. Obviously, you're in LA, you know 304s, you know pimps, but you're not. But if you're not personally in that lifestyle yet, if you're just a musician, if you're still trying to chase this rap dream and this music dream, and you're not in that yet, it's going to spook you out. Now, obviously, later on, you know, years later, she's now engaging in the 304 lifestyle, but at that particular time, she wasn't. So, again, it's 2 years ago, she said that. Before the accusations, before Diddy was a monster, when he was still Brother Love, she was still telling that story and nobody believed her, which is why now she has some level of credibility. Now, she says, though, while they were in Miami, right, they were partying it up, and while at Club Live with the Arabian Prince, because he flew her out to Miami, and he told her, yo, we're only going to be here for 2 weeks. It was a month later. She was asking me, bro, I'm trying to go home, bro. Yo, when are we going home? So he said, yo, listen, yo, just one more night. And the one more night, they were at Club Live, and he said, yo, we about to go to somebody's famous house. We about to go to Diddy house. And she was like, Diddy? All of a sudden, man, being here for a month, right, damn near being held captive, is not worth it.
It's still 7 a.m. So the sun is like coming up, and people are walking around naked, period. Let's get into it. They're walking around naked already. And they're in the pool skinny dipping, and they're drinking mimosas in the pool, but then it's like a waitress walking around giving people drinks, just passing people drinks, you know, and people are just taking them. Me, I don't drink like that, but I'm like an occasional drinker. Like I'll drink if we're partying or whatever, just for that occasion. So, because people are going to keep saying, drink, drink, drink. But I didn't take a drink yet. But I just had it in my hand. So one of the sons seen me walking, mind you, I'm with other girls, but we split up. So I was walking with one girl. She's a Puerto Rican girl. So P. Diddy's son was like, you. And I'm like, me or her? And then he was like, no, you. Come here. So I went to him, and he gave me some shoes. So these shoes was like some terry cloth, like robe shoes, white shoes. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with these? He was like, go in the house with these. He was like, everybody who gets these shoes, you get to go in the house.
To me, that's a very important detail. The son was there. Now, the only son at the time, because the timeline of the story is a bit unclear. She told a story about 2 years ago, and she said the party took place about 3 years before that when she was telling the story. So let's say 5 years ago. Well, the only son who would have been like an adult, I'm not talking about 18, 19, because 18, 19, you not about to, be orchestrating, hey, you come here, take the, no, that's, listen, I think even Diddy has a conscience not to involve an 18-year-old boy in that environment, bro. Quincy would have probably been the only person who was over 25 years old at that particular time. So maybe Quincy is the son she's referring to. Now, she says she didn't want to go inside right away because her friend couldn't go inside with her. So they're still outside, and they turn and they see Diddy and the Arabian Prince who brought them there doing something really sexual.
I seen P. Diddy or whatever, and I seen him with the Prince. I'm not going to say what he was doing, but something really, I get real nervous. something real crazy because I don't like to really expose people. I could talk about me, but when it's about, like, me, my family, because it's us. But when it's other people, bro, doing something real sexual, that's all I'm going to say. So that we can see and so that we can get turned on, okay? So he's doing something with himself. And I'm like, girl, do you see him? She's like, yes. But mind you, we're screaming like, girl, do you see him? Oh, my God. Because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit.
I don't even want to use my brain to figure out what very sexual means. Probably they were both looking at the glass window, self-pleasing, while the girls were passing by, bro, on some freak stuff, bro. Yo, just look at the scenery, bro. Yo, just that very scenery of Diddy jumping up, bro, I'm the king of the world. It sounds funny, but it also shows us a deeper look into what was going on with Diddy's psyche as he was doing these things to people. Diddy felt untouchable. He felt like he was literally the king. He felt like he could do whatever he wanted to do. Now, at this particular point, she hasn't really described anything criminal, right? She hasn't really described anything between non-consensual people. This is nothing criminal. If Diddy wants to be a freak in his home, have 1,000 women and 1,000 men there and have menage a trois and all type of stuff, that's not criminal. But what she describes when she walks into Diddy home, well, that's criminal.
Walk up in there. I don't judge people because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like, why would they be here? So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like,
She was very vague with the term little people. Little people meant kids. Not little people, not short people, but children. And we know they meant children because she follows it up with, it's 7 a.m. Why will they be here with grown people, with adults? Well, the only reason you will question why a little person will be here with adults, grown-ups, with these things happening at 7 a.m. is because they were kids and you're wondering, bro, don't you got school? Like, why are you here with adults? Like, you wouldn't question why a adult grown midget is at that particular crib with other adults. So that means she witnessed this. And that right there may be confirmation for a lot of people when they hear the civil lawsuit and they hear the lawyers say 9-year-olds and 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds are coming forward and suing Diddy because they were also victims. And now she's saying she's seen a bunch of children in one corner over there dressed up as adults because they're being used as some type of something, fetish something. So what was happening with those children? And this could also lend the theory to Diddy being just as bad as Epstein. And the Fed seizing a lot of tapes. Because according to a lot of people, Diddy was recording a lot of a lot of powerful people doing some horrible things at his house. And using those tapes to then blackmail those people for favors to push forward his empire, which is why the RICO is here. Now, the feds haven't brought forth any indictments on children yet. Who knows? But this next part of the story, she says she walks out. Now, before she just outright got spooked and left the party, she said a famous rapper came up to her and started rubbing on her.
I'm really looking at the situation like I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac. Like, I keep on having flashbacks about it. So, whatever. So, of course, I come out, and then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know the devil when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it, because how am I going to get out of this shit? Like, I'm already here. And then I heard conversations or whatever. And then P. Diddy was like, that's the one that I want. I want her. So now I feel like, they plotting on me. Like, did you bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, producer you was talking about? And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for,
If this is true and she really believed that an Arabian Prince was taking her to Diddy party for her to sing for Diddy and get signed, I can't even blame her, bro, because a lot of chicks would probably fall for it, bro. But, yo, if you are an attractive chick, yo, who is in the music industry and you really don't got a following like that, bro, and you think like one of these dudes are about to take a chance on you and just invest in you for the free ski, you're out of your mind, bro. Yo, they're obviously taking interest in you because you look good and they want to smash. That's about it, right? Yo, they want to clap cheeks, that's it. Like these dudes are not about to take you seriously as a singer. Bro, they're probably looking at you like, bro, song, man, bro, if you don't suck this song. Yo, she even said, yo, Diddy walked up to her selling her dreams, man. Like selling her dreams. Say, yo, your life is gonna change. You about to be the biggest. Yo, your life is gonna change after today. But what I'm more concerned about, though, is she says, yo, there were kids at this party, but there was famous Instagram models there. There was a famous rapper who came up to her and started rubbing on her. Those are the people that need to be held accountable as well. See, Diddy being locked up and indicted is cool, but we need to know who these rappers were, who these Instagram models were, who the celebrities were that were there watching children at that party being victimized and ain't do nothing at all. They sat there and ain't do a goddamn thing. And to me, that's wrong. Now, she did show proof of her on that particular year or day going to Diddy house.
Around the mansion, the Prince's mansion, for about an hour. And then as soon as 6:30 hit, we went. We all got in the car like a...
Yeah. Yo, and you can't fake this, yo. This is like Snapchat receipts. Now, this is her going to Diddy house. Now, hey, listen, maybe, right, she could have been taking a cap in Snapchat, or maybe she went to Diddy house and none of this happened, but it does look like more than likely she was probably at Diddy house, right? Because, yo, this is exactly how a girl will feel going to Diddy house who ain't never been nowhere.
A big Uber, and me and all the other girls. Now, mind you, I'm the only black girl. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to meet P. Diddy. Oh, like...
Yo, listen, man. Yo, Tania is still a baddie right now, bro. But 10 years ago, or not, sorry, but like 5-6 years ago, yo, she was I can definitely see like Diddy and them trying to choose up on her.
I'm probably going to have to sing for him, da-da-da. And I just tried to keep my composure.
I mean, hey, listen, man, she was there. She was there. Now, I could see, because she was she's a very pretty woman. I could see how 5 years ago, 6 years ago, men maybe wanted to prey on her or bring her in, or maybe why Diddy was interested in her, right? Because she does have to build up like a Kim Porter, which is like 5'6", 5'7", slender, slim, thick a little bit, right? Like brown skin. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what do you guys think about this, man? Who do you guys think needs to be punished? Diddy for sure. But y'all think that we should also start locking up these other people who were allegedly at these parties? And do y'all believe Tania? Let me know in the comment section. And if you're still watching, man, click on this video right here to find out why this popular blogger is afraid of being kidnapped and murdered by Jay-Z. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm going to see you guys in this video. Out of here, folks. Peace.